everybody. Welcome to another edition of the WTOC First Alert Weather Podcast. Meteorologist Dave Turley here, and I'm joined as always by meteorologist Andrew Gorton. And we're going to start out with something that everybody is going to be talking about here for at least the next week.
Yeah, and we're within a month of peak hurricane season as it is. And on cue, we've been watching this one system move its way across the Atlantic, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
Yeah, and that, of course, is right now. We're recording this today is Tuesday because things are going to be changing here. I'll make sure everybody knows we're recording this on Wednesday, actually, August 13th. This is 11 a.m. advisory, still a tropical storm as of right now in the central areas of the Atlantic.
Yeah, and what we're going to see here is this center of circulation get into an area of warmer water, so some strengthening is likely. By Friday morning, expected to have our first hurricane of the Atlantic hurricane season.
Yeah, and it's not just going to be a Hurricane Cat 1. This is expected to be a major hurricane. By the weekend here, Saturday and into Sunday, it's going to be moving north of Puerto Rico into some very warm waters, and this is where strengthening is really going to be happening, and it's going to start to take a turn to the north. Look at that latest turn out there. Now, the official forecast from the Hurricane Center only goes out 120 hours, so we're looking at here by Monday morning, north of the Dominican Republic at that time. So where does it go after that? That's the big question.
You know, most models, as you can see here, lots of these spaghetti plots, as we call them, are pulling this then to the north. This would be in that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe as it curves back out. No model right now has this coming into the east coast of the United States, of course, subject to change, but this is a good trend that we've been watching.
Very good trend. We want to see at least more of consensus. This is a list of all the ensemble models from the European, the GFS, the UK Met, the Canadian, a lot of the consensus models. And you can see the official track in that dark black area. But yesterday, some of the ensembles were a little bit further out to the west here in the parts of the Bahamas, still keeping off the southeast coast. But now they've kind of trended a little bit further out to the east, which is good news. But if that storm, this is where the center of the storm may be. If it does track a little bit further on that west side, we could be talking about maybe some impacts over towards the outer banks of North Carolina.
Yeah, and that would mainly be in the form of swells, increased wave heights, and then the rip current risk as we get then into next week, because this would be about a week or so out at that point.
August 20th is where it's showing up here. So that'll be next Wednesday, a week from right now. And so that means the center, according to those computer models, all those ensemble models, could be a wide range, anywhere from well out in the central Atlantic to a little bit closer to the U.S. coastline. But a majority of them, as of right now, keep it well off our coast. So that's great news, but you never want to let your guard down just in case it does track a little bit more on the western side of those paths. And what's steering that? Well, it's going to be that high-pressure ridge out there into the central areas of the Atlantic. Stronger high-pressure ridge would push that a little bit further westward. And then a weaker one, of course, would track a little bit further out in the Atlantic.
So that's the good news, is we call this like the escape route. And that's what it looks like it's going to happen, is you can kind of see where it would turn and then make its way then off to the northeast. So this is good news for us, good news for Florida, good news for anybody that has a cruise. I've had a few messages for folks asking about this weekend and the next week. And for the Bahamas right now, everything looks okay. I know it's scary seeing this hurricane that's going to be moving our way to the west and the northwest through the weekend, but we are expecting that turn. And of course, we'll let you know when that starts happening.
Yeah, so that's looking good as of right now. But of course, you never want to let your guard down until it actually does take that turn. Just get your daily updates. Don't be concerned about it as far as being scared, going to the stores and stocking up on anything. Just make sure you get your daily updates to make sure that that forecast is still holding the way it looks like it's going to. So this is our fifth storm of the season so far. We're up to Erin already.
Yeah, and next up, we've got the F name, and then hopefully we don't go too far into this area. It wasn't that long ago we were getting into the Greek name storms. We don't want that.
No.
But we'll stick with Erin for now. Of course, nothing else has any chance of being outlooked to be a named storm really for the next week. There are a couple little areas of low pressure that don't look like they would become named, but we got to get through this system first. And it is that time of the year where you have those constant waves of low pressure that come off the west coast of Africa. So don't be surprised within the next few days if we're watching another little yellow area of outlook off the coast over there.
Yeah, you never know it's going to be coming off the coast of Africa. You have those warm water conditions over there, certainly into the Caribbean and into the Gulf. You can get those quick little spin-ups. And as you can see, climatologically speaking, This is when we start to see more of the activities. We get into the middle and end of August, and the statistical, that's always a tough one for me to say, is September 10th. So we're getting closer to that.
Yeah, within a month. And I don't remember the exact percentage, but once you get to August 1st, it's over 80% of the activity is on that backside of hurricane season. So yes, it was quiet, but it usually is between June and July. Now, as we get into August, you guys can tell we've been talking about the tropics a little more. This is normal. This isn't anything crazy, and we're still on an uphill climb.
Yeah, and just want to make sure that you are aware of that. Make sure you get your updates. We're going to have all the updates on an Erin and any other tropical threat, of course, on the WTOC First Alert Weather app.
Always good to have.
Always good to have that for tropics and what's going on locally here. It's got a 10-day forecast on there. And the things we're watching today, heat returning. Summertime is finally back. Yesterday, August 12th, was the first time we actually had a temperature of 90 degrees or better in a week.
Wow.
Because we had a lot of those 80s thanks to all the rain showers we've been seeing.
Yeah, the clouds, some of those days featured a wind from the northeast. Not today, winds from the south. It's bringing in the humidity and, of course, the warm temperatures, kind of reinforcing that heat advisory for coastal areas, including Effingham, Long, Wayne counties as well.
Yeah, that's because we're going to see the actual air temperatures into the low to mid 90s today, but it's going to feel close to about 110 in some locations. So that's why we have some of the heat advisories in there along the coastal areas. So what does that mean for you? Well, just take it easy. If you're going to be outside, keep yourself hydrated.
And quite honestly, we've had warmer days than what we're experiencing today and over the next few days, but same rules apply. You want to make sure that you're staying hydrated, the light, loose-fitting clothing, maybe avoid doing the yard at 3 in the afternoon, things like that.
Or walking the dog. If your pets have to be outside in this, make sure they have plenty of shade and fresh, cold, clean water so they can stay hydrated out there as well. So we're going to see the heat returning here this week. And look at this. This is our surface map. Really not much going on. Our rain chances mostly going to be for sea breeze activity here the next couple of days. And that usually starts in the afternoon hours.
It does. And you'll see there's a little spin here, some moisture that's working out of the Gulf over portions of Florida, Alabama. That's going to work into southwest Georgia. Some of that energy I'm going to try to move in as we get into the evening hours. I'd say the best chance rain going to be focused for the interior portion of southeastern Georgia.
Yeah, so that'll be interact with the sea breeze, which will be well inland past I-95 at that time. And then whatever tries to move in will work its way back to the coast. But should be done by around that 8 to 9 o'clock hour. Sunset's just about 8:09 or so this evening. And really no big changes coming up here for tomorrow. Inland energy working in from the southwest, interacting with that sea breeze. And that first alert 7-day forecast, that's going to feature more of the same. No real big changes coming up.
Yeah, you just have to watch out for these days where you have all of that humidity, all of that low-level moisture that could get sucked up into an updraft. The chance is still there for an isolated stronger storm with maybe some gusty wind. We could have that almost every single day across the coastal empire and low country. So not ruling that out specifically, but no need to kind of playing around the threat for thunderstorms. We're just going to be watching that kind of go into the weekend as well. Temperatures featuring those lower 90s, so a little bit better this weekend.
Yeah, our average high is about 91 degrees. So we're going to be very close to that here by the weekend. Looks like Friday could be our hottest day. A lot of mid-90s out there. And then look at the start of next week. Little lower rain chances out there as we see those temperatures still into the low 90s. So refreshing.
Yeah, and nothing in the 7-day forecast is being impacted by anything tropical. So it makes it a little easier for us to forecast this. Be mindful of Friday too. Potential for another heat advisory, especially with same kind of flow that we've gotten. Temperatures about the same as today.
Yeah, so that's it pretty much for this edition of the WTOC First Alert Weather Podcast. For meteorologist Anna Gorton, I'm meteorologist Dave Turley. We will see you next time.